is conformed by Natalia Casadiego, Julio Cuestas, Kelly Joana Giraldo, Angel Mario Pinea. Our country is Spain. We are going to start with making of the model law. It's our first point. Okay. The political structure of Spain is a parliamentary monarchy. This form of government is characterized by having the king as head of the country, but with the peculiarity is that he doesn't endow executive powers. The powers falls on Prime Minister, who is elected in the case of Spain by the Spanish Parliament. The Parliament is elected by the Spanish people in the case of Spain. Okay, the conclusion. The final conclusion, we can say that this form of government is good accepted in Spain. Also, we can say that the monarchy have lost power in the decision of the country. Very important is the different revolution that helped to making this great country.
Now, the topic is diplomacy. Diplomacy is one of the fundamental elements of embassies and consulates, which have to develop the function in other fields. Embassy. It has more than 180 embassies. The most important embassies are Spanish Embassy in Berlin, and Embassy of Spain in Bogotá, Embassy of Spain in Buenos Aires, Embassy of Spain in Stockholm, Embassy of Spain in Havana, Embassy of Spain in Mexico City, Spanish Embassy in London, and Embassy of Spain in Moscow. Now, consulates. It has more than 80 consulates. For example, Consulate General of Spain in Bordeaux, or Consulate General of Spain in San Francisco, and Consulate General of Spain in Tangier. Now, permanent representation. It has more than 8 permanent representations. For example, permanent delegation of Spain to UNESCO, and permanent representation to Spain OEA, and permanent representation Spain OTAN, Brussels. In conclusion, embassies, consulates, permanent representation are essential to be able to have a good commercial or political relationship with all countries. Spain, with a political relationship with all countries. Spain stands out for ease, good diplomacy, and its presence in all continents. The embassy carries out many activities with special importance in cooperation projects and in the field of training and culture. It is also necessary to import and communicate about the commercial and investment opportunities in Spain and the economic events that take place.
Okay, my topic is One Word, Many Actors. The author is Carmen Gebhardt. First of all, Primarily around the 20th century, Spain was considered a country with a dictatorial regime. Where democracy did not exist, the opinion of individuals was nil, and the political system was governed by Francisco Franco, developing a set of related ideologies and movements on the part of him denominated Franquismo, that arose after the Civil War of 1936, signed 1939. This regime consisted of certain particular characteristics that divided the people, generating a discord between in the sense that they managed to manage the individual good, did not allow social freedoms and much less political freedom. All this generated in this period of time a decline for Spain. November 20, 1975, end of the Franco government after death of Francisco Franco. Spain enters an era of social and political liberation. It was a country in black and white, still unexpected before the questions that opened with the death of Franco. The treated grace from before are now blue. Currently, Spainers consider that their country had a great change and a great reception before such as an event, which is reflected from different perspectives, both politically and socially and culturally. After death of this dictator, he rose to the government Juan Carlos. This is Captain General of the Armed Forces, who took the risk in the Spain transitions, opted to handle democracy, giving way to the creations of political movements and offering to right of citizens in turn on their options and opinions through the vote. In addition, in the system level, I generate close international diplomatic relations from Juan Carlos I, being an important factor for Spain to be the part of international relations, being an actor more of the world in general. In conclusions, we have a question that will political movements be of great importance of international relations? I think that in international relations as an individual, you are not just a passive subject of international relations as directed by political aid, an official state actor. You have the means of being an actor in your own right, or at the very least, being counted as more scholars focus beyond the narrow confines of the state level of this analysis.
My topic is the international relations theory. The authors are Dana Gold and Stephen McGlinchey. Okay, according to this analysis, the same event as in the previous chapter will be taken into account, emphasizing the precise characteristics of Franco regime. Since many of them are linked to the theory of international relations. Everything starts from 1975, in which Francisco Franco, a military man and dictator, ruled Spain at that time through the Franco regime. The ideology had a series of political foundations that supported a totalitarian military and a dictatorship opposing a parliamentary democracy. Okay. The Franco regime is a system completely opposed to liberalism, since they completely eliminates political and social freedom. That means that in truth this was opposite to the division of powers, common interest, and in truth to the national sovereignty is resident in the people. The second element is for this ideology, organization took a secondary role in order to avoid some cooperation. Science, for them, to seek peace was not a relevant factor. In contrast to this, the Francoists supported realism. Realists tend to dismiss optimism as a form of displaced idealism and instead come to a more pessimistic view. This is due to its focus on the centrality of the state and its need for security and survival in an anarchic system, in which it can only truly trust itself. As a result, Rallis reached a series of accounts that describe international relations as a system where war and conflict are common and periods of peace are simple times when the states prepare for future conflicts. They believe that states participate in international organizations only when it is in their own interest to do so. Finally, the future perspective is with regard to the future perspective, we must bear in mind that in 1965, after the death of Francisco Franco, the political system took a 316 turn in which now the main actors. And now what happens in Spain, what was the emergence of neoliberalism option to put certain characteristics of this ideological thinking. As it was mainly headed by Juan Carlos, the right to vote to all citizens of Spain, thus giving a narrow political and social liberation. And that in turn international organizations were strengthened with that country in such a way that Spain's international relations currently focus on three areas: European Union, Latin American, and the southern Mediterranean countries.